Hello, hello. It's time for Fishing Friends. What's up, everybody? This is Fishing Friends with Danny and Gina. I'm Danny, and Gina is feeling a little under the weather, so she's not going to be joining us today, at least not in the physical live stream form. She said she's going to be joining us in chat, so you will see her there. But how's it going, Shell and Bionic Bigfoot and Big Steve's Glassbox Creations? Good to see you guys coming in early right there at the beginning. Always love the people that are anticipating and just waiting for it to go. You guys are the best. Man, this past week was my first week back at work after the holidays. And, man, it was... I had a lot of late days and stuff with a lot of customers that wanted to get their food and all that stuff. And it's been a crazy long week, but man, this has been a great Saturday of just relaxing and all that stuff. Hey, James, and how you doing, Al Wet Sox? Good to see you guys. Oh my God, my cat is just going insane. Leave me alone. Give me a little bit of time to talk to people here, Tundra. Yeah, it has been really nice to relax today. We actually ended up getting some snow here in St. Louis. I'm not sure about where you guys are at and all that, but we got like half an inch of snow, something like that. Really not that much, but definitely got some snow, which is nice. And yeah. So I hope everybody had a great Christmas and a great New Year's now that all that's kind of settled and all over with. I know not everybody got to celebrate Christmas actually on Christmas and stuff like that. I didn't get to celebrate mine until actually on New Year's Day. It was just like a whole day of like celebrating for like Christmas and New Year's all in one with my family. Pretty much everybody was there, which was nice. Except my middle sister and her family, because she lives in North Dakota versus here in St. Louis. So I didn't get to see her, but it was nice. And didn't get much for Christmas. I hope people got some cool stuff for Christmas. So let me know in chat. What's up, Fish Tropic Canada? If you guys got some cool stuff for Christmas or whatever, like, let me know. Because I didn't really get too much. I mean, part of that's, my fault or whatever, because I don't really give my mom or my dad enough ideas. But then again, like I said last week, I don't really go for the whole, like, gift-giving thing. I just like to spend time with my family and what it is. It's been the most disgusting day here. Pouring rain, high wind at about 35 degrees. It said we'd get snow, but so far, all rain. I've been laying around all day, and it's been nice. Yeah, the laying around all day is the nice thing, But yeah, we ended up getting like more snow than I was expecting, because they were just like, oh yeah, you're going to get like a little bit of snow, but it's not going to like stick or anything. Well, it's just like, well, if I look out in my yard, all I see is white on top of the grass, and but none of it really stuck on the road or like my driveway or anything like that, just right on top of the grass. And I think we're expecting more in the next couple days or something like that. I did get one cool thing from my parents, which I asked them for, and I wasn't sure how big they were going to get but it ended up being really good size. It's I got it hanging right here behind my saltwater tank. It's a big old flamboyant cuttlefish canvas. Really nice. Good picture. And so I just got that hanging behind my saltwater molly tank for right now. I might put that somewhere else here a little bit later on down the road. I don't know. Because right now out in my living room where I'm going to actually put the cuttlefish tank whenever I get that fully set up, that's all got a bunch of like Spider-Man and other like Marvel posters and pictures and stuff out there. What's up, Danny Kid Aquatics? Did you get a cuttlefish? No, I didn't get a cuttlefish yet. Not yet. Gina, what's up, Gina? So yeah, like I said, Gina's gonna be joining us in chat today because she's just not feeling too good, and work gave her. Work was too hard today. Beat her up. So I understand. Other than that, I have been looking for people to send me their pictures from their fish tank ornaments because I'm pretty sure Gina got all those sent out. So people need to start sending us those pictures. Because let's see. I got the one from the first one was from I think Skull Aquatics. Sent the one, which is nice. And then Stephen P sent the other one with the little reindeer. So I'm still waiting for more pictures from all those different ornaments. Get creative, or if you don't feel creative, just put it in your fish tank and take a picture of it. Looks like that's pretty much what Stephen P did, which is fine, whatever. So do what you want to do, but I want a picture of it because I want to make a little video about all of this stuff. So. Fish Fam Link, thank you for being awesome. For everything you need to know about the Fish Fam and what's going on and who's live streaming and whatever else, go to fishfam.link. And it's got everything there. Everything Fish Fam. Nano Aquarium Guy, what's up? Good to see you guys. Anybody get any cool things for Christmas? Or whatever? I don't know. Or any cool things recently? I haven't gotten anything recently. I've been saving up money and getting my credit card bill paid off. I finally pretty much paid off my Xbox and stuff. So gotta keep getting that credit card bill down lower and lower. Get myself happy. And now that it's a new year, and I did already decide that I'm not gonna be going to a big fish event this year. I might try to hit some of the little swaps and stuff with Maasai. There was actually one today that I didn't get to. That was actually supposed to be a pretty big one with food and a whole bunch of different stuff. And I didn't get to it today but I don't know. I didn't want to go really. Just wanted to relax because I was, tired from the long week that I had and just wanted to sleep, and then just wanted to stay on my couch because it was nice and comfortable. But yep, I might hit some of those, but I've decided that I'm not going to hit any of the big fish events. I'm not going to travel for a fish event this year because I've done that the last couple of years, and nothing wrong with that. They are a lot of fun. I just think I want to, you know, do a different sort of vacation this year. Not sure what I want to do. I do like the idea of potentially traveling somewhere again for something, but maybe not for a fish event. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I might go to Florida for spring break. No, not going to do that. That sounds horrible. I don't know. I really don't know. I saw you have been playing Starfield today. Oh, yes, I forgot that my Discord is attached to my Xbox as well and allows people to see that. Yes, I did get a little bit more into Starfield today. I now have probably about 9 days of gameplay. Almost 9 days of gameplay. Florida for a fish event, yeah. I can't blame you if it wasn't an hour from me. I wouldn't make it either. See, yeah, the Keystone Clash. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. But kind of when it comes down to it, it wasn't too much bigger than some of these different Maasai events. Now it was more like 1 or 2, maybe 3 Maasai events kind of put together into one long weekend versus just doing kind of like a 1-day event sort of thing that Maasai tends to do. But I'm not trying to downplay it at all. But I don't necessarily want to drive all the way for the same sort of thing again the next year. Because it's going to be in the same location and the same sort of thing. And I want to do something different. I'm 34 years old and I'm a single man. I want to go out and do some different things with my life because what else have I got to do? I just ordered another L309. Need a male to my female. L309. Ah. I like those. All the spices. L309. Doesn't have a common name, I guess. It's nice though. You need to drive your butt to Oregon for Aquarama. Aquarama? What happened to Fishtoberfest? I was gonna do Fishtoberfest this year was the original plan, but I think I'm gonna put that off and do that next year. But I don't know. There's a lot more out there to discover than fish clubs. Yeah, that is true. No fish event for me this year either. It's Nathan's turn, so we're going to a knife event in June. Let's see, yeah, knife events. Those are cool too. Or go to a. I'm honestly pretty blessed here in the St. Louis area. There's a lot of And we're a lot of like a different sort of like melting pot society here. There's a lot of different little uh, niche things to do around the whole area. There's crystal and event shows. There's like knife shows. There's rifle shows. There's toy and trinket shows. There's antiquing stuff, and then there's the reptile and exotic expo that comes around and does all the different things. There's so many different things to do just around where I am that, like, I don't know, I'm really blessed to where I don't necessarily have to travel to go to some of these different things. The point of the traveling was honestly just to hang out with people in the fish fam, which was nice. It was nice to do that and hang out with a bunch of people. But yeah, traveling it can be a lot too to just drive that far. I would like to maybe fly somewhere, but then I don't like to be kind of stuck in one place or whatever. Even though what's funny is I I only left the hotel like one time the entire time I was at the Keystone Clash. So honestly, I didn't need my car when I was there. Um, if I would have just had a ride to and from the airport, like that would have been good. So that's something to keep in mind. Is that there is pretty much everything you need there at the hotel as far as food. There's a McDonald's that's attached to like the same parking lot and all that. So if you do want, something cheap and easy or whatever versus paying for the hotel's restaurant and bar, you can, go to McDonald's and just walk over there. So that is nice about having it at that venue. Um, I'm no longer part of that club, so made my own YouTube-friendly event, Aqua. You're not president of the club anymore. That club torched me in the end, really jacked me around. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Kenny. I've been missing your guys' live streams and things like that. I have been missing out on what's been going on. But hey, that's politics for you. Whether it's local politics, fish politics, uh, bigger politics, whatever, like, they're always trying to screw you over in some way and blame you for everything and whatever else. You can always join Maasai as well, We accept memberships from all around the world. In fact, we have some great members from all around the world. And they live stream all their meetings and different stuff on their Maasai YouTube channel. And then they have some great events here that, you need to come and check out sometime, maybe, if you get the opportunity. I know that traveling is not always easy for everybody. People got kids, people got, jobs that are kind of, demanding and stuff like that. And you can't just, schedule a vacation for whenever, The Willamette Valley Aquarium Society, which is a cool club. How many members in Maasai? Ooh, that's a good question. Let's see if they have that. Who we are. Members. Huh. It doesn't. It doesn't say. I really don't know. There's got to be a lot. I know there's a lot because, not only do we have all of our local people, and there's a lot of fish keepers here in St. Louis. Like, St. Louis is like a big, like, African cichlid center of the United States, and lots of different stuff. And then there's, people from all over the world that can join too. So, I don't know, like 1,000, 2,000. I don't want to. I don't know. A good amount of people. What's interesting is, there's a lot of different people within Maasai as well. And, you got the people like me and Fishy Biz. And I think Gina might be a Maasai member. Lady Diane is a Maasai member. That are, part of this YouTube community in the fish fam and all that stuff. But there are a whole bunch of people in Maasai as well that are more or less like anti-YouTuber because, they've only seen like a lot of the mainstream guys that just talk a lot of, different sort of garbage and have clickbait, like fish torture videos and whatever else. So they have just a bad taste in their mouths when it comes to YouTube people. And I don't necessarily blame them because there's a lot of bad stuff that you see on YouTube. But YouTube is one of those things that there is a lot of good stuff out there. And sometimes the good stuff is hard to find. And that it is sad that the good stuff is hard to find and the stupid stuff is just thrown in your face constantly. But if you're really determined, you can find some good stuff on YouTube. And I mean, when it comes down to it as well, like anything that you're having an issue with, like, how to, change the faucet on a kitchen sink. Like, you can pretty much look up a YouTube video on that exact specific faucet that you have, most likely. And if you can't find one on that exact faucet you have, you look up one on faucets similar to it, and then after that, you go and you make a video of that exact faucet, and then everybody that's installing that exact faucet will find your video. Keep on, fight the fight. I have a friend who did the same 5 years ago. Oh, let's go. Oh, yeah. Fish radio and chemo, latest user. Oh, man. Yeah, exactly what Mickey said. Just keep on fighting the fight, man. Cancer is a bitch. Bet YouTubers have no class. And, a lot of YouTubers really don't have any sort of class. It's a lot of flashy this and flashy that, and let's put a fish in a giant swimming pool, or like clickbaity stuff. And so forgot to take my meds in time, so now I'm going to have a 30-minute period of old meds fading, new meds slowly keep. Oh, yeah. A loopy period. Yep. Tell me I was a fish breeder long before I was a YouTuber. Yep. There's people like that. There's people that aren't like, yeah, I don't know. Because, I mean, there's people that have been doing this for a long time and they still do things that I just completely disagree with. And, or I don't know. Like, I don't want to, like, necessarily trash anybody's um, content or whatever because I mean, everybody's got their own thing, and obviously they're successful for one reason or another. So I don't just want to hate on people because, they're successful for reasons that I find stupid. Um, Even, I kind of do want to hate on them too. I have filmed a short plant and a short fish video at my local fish store. Now I need to learn how to edit. Edit is overrated. Just shoot and post. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, a lot of my first videos are pretty much just shoot and post. Um, my theory has always been um, if you get the best footage, like the editing part is super easy. Most of my videos, and I'm not saying my way is perfect because I mean my videos don't obviously do that great and all that. I'm just gonna keep it real, just like George said. I gotta keep it real. I'm not saying I have the best strategy out there, but what the way I do it, I just try to have the best video clips and stop shooting as best as I can and all that to where as far as editing goes, it's just putting the clips together in the right order and maybe cutting a second or a half a second where the camera shakes a little bit off in between the clips most of the time. I don't like to use a lot of different transitions. I don't do a lot of flashy stuff. And then I also don't do any like CGI whatever stuff where trying to make it look like I'm holding something that's not actually there or different things like that. So my editing is super simple. On everything in my life, I try to do it as simple as possible. And that's, to some people, they look at that like I'm a simpleton or whatever, like I'm not that smart or whatever, when it's just like, you got to work smarter, not harder. Like, there's no reason to work hard for no reason. If you can find an easy way to do it, I suggest you do it that way because it's easy. And you're still getting whatever you want done. So that's what I thought too, but I'm a total rookie. Just gotta add some music or so. Yeah, adding music is definitely a key part in some different things and making sure you get the right balance of audio levels. Because man, I'm still a little ticked off at this one YouTuber because he was like, I don't know, it was one of those videos that like they're reacting to like other people's posts and then kind of like talking about it and then like showing other stuff. And so the post that he's like reacting to is like super duper quiet and I'm listening to it in my car. And so I literally have my volume turned all the way up as far as it'll go, which my car it maxes out at 45. No idea why they picked that number to max out at, but it maxes out at 45. And all of a sudden at the end of the video, it plays like some super loud heavy metal thing that is just turned way up loud compared to everything else. And so like I blow like 2 of my speakers, 3 of my speakers. I'm still mad about that. I've gotten kind of used to the buzz or whatever, but it's just like I had such a nice sound system in my car, and yeah. So audio levels are a big thing to try to get balanced. Um, that's something that is a little frustrating on like the StreamYard side, because like you try to balance some of these audio levels, and I think StreamYard has its own leveling with different things, but then like some of these clips, they seem like really loud on my end when they don't necessarily come out that loud on the live stream end and stuff like that. So like, I don't know, sometimes it hurts my ears and different things like that. It's just, I don't know, it's just weird. So sometimes I don't know if it's balanced properly on the outgoing side versus what I hear. Same with like, so like, the chat delays and there's things like that. There's also like when I end the stream, there's this button to end the stream, but then when you click the button, it like spins around for a second and then like, loads and says that the stream is ended. And so it's just like, does the stream end when it's done spinning, or does the stream end when you click the button? And I've come to find out that even though it seems like from the StreamYard side that the stream kind of continues until it's done loading, and then it says you're no longer live, it does actually end on the outgoing side when you click the button. So there's just some different little things to kind of figure out with all different sorts of things that you do. I love messing around with things, and I learn something new every day about all these different things. And I haven't like edited a video in a little while, but picking a good editing software is key, and just once you find one, just like really getting into it and just messing around with it. I use Power Director 365. That's what Stephen P. 2003 Aquartics uses as well. And there's a lot of people in the fish fan that use Power Director. It's really good. It has lots of different preset stuff. There is a free version that allows you to do quite a lot of different things, but if you want to, I don't know, like add outside music and do some different sorts of things, and whatever else, there's definitely limitations. But honestly, it's not that expensive to get it, and it's really, really good editing software, fairly easy to use, and it's got lots of different capabilities. Yes, it is, Kenny E. You should know that. Haven't we talked about that? Oh no! So when you were here for the ACA, it was only medical at the time. Now it's fully recreational. So yeah, if you're 21, you can go to a dispensary and buy whatever you want. You do get more of a discount if you are a medical patient. There still is medical versus recreational and stuff like that. But I'm a veteran, so I get a veteran's discount at a lot of different places. Some places are higher discounts than others. I get a 20% discount at the place that I go most of the time. And Well, that's really nice to have. Cool. It's day 4, so should be at peak discomfort soon. Oh, I'm sorry, Gina. That's why I'm not on stream. I push myself a little too much at work, and I'm losing my voice. Yeah, that's what she told me. I was just, not wanting to spill her business too much, let her talk about it herself when she's in chat. Ugh. Peak discomfort. Yeah. Yeah. It's the soup time. You know what you need, Gina? You need tomato soup and grilled cheese. Grilled cheese and tomato soup. That's the best thing ever. And I had been craving that for the longest time, and I finally fulfilled that craving like a week or two ago. And I had it again, like a week later or something like that, and it's so good. Where's Gina? No video. She's in chat today, the Arc Knight, because she is at peak discomfort and pushed herself too hard at work and is losing her voice from her cold. Do you still have the birds day? Oh, Danny, I can't hear. Yeah, I still have the birds. I'm sure if I made a certain sort of noise, they'd wake up. They're being quiet, which I can't say they do all the time. But yes, I have 2 cockatiels, 1 parakeet, and the world's most loving yet annoying cat. And she knows I called her annoying, and you can see it in her face. Oh. Now, what's up, Storm Riders Legacy and Scotty Aquati? Got lots of people joining us. Good to see y'all. Did anybody get any cool stuff for Christmas? Or buy themselves any cool things for Christmas? I showed it to some people, but let me go ahead and show it again. My parents got me this cool flamboyant cuttlefish on canvas. I asked for it, but I didn't expect him to get it so big. I was like, give me a flamboyant cuttlefish on canvas, and I was expecting, a small picture like this big, but no, they went all out, got me a nice big one. So I got it hanging right now behind this little saltwater tank that's got my mollies in it. And I might put it somewhere else later down the road or something. I'm not sure, but it's finally snowing here. Yeah, it snowed here. We're supposed to get more in a couple more days. It's true, Big Steve. The cold gets worse and worse until it hits a peak, and then it starts getting better. Yep. That's a cool canvas print. Yeah, I do think it's a cool canvas print. Yeah. That's pretty much the one I was looking at, too, which is funny. I was looking at them last year, and I kind of started looking at that stuff, I guess, a little bit too late. I, texted my mom or whatever, a week before Christmas. I know you always are asking me for some. ideas, but here's some different ideas on some things, and I guess it was just like too late or whatever. But then this year she asked me, it was like, why I mentioned it to you last year and it was too late, But yeah, some like a cuttlefish printing or painting or something on canvas would be cool. That I can hang up, and that was, I think that was pretty much the exact one that I was thinking about ordering myself. Let me see if there's cuttlefish. Oh yeah, that I see the other one I was looking at too. Yeah. So there was that one, and then this is the other one that I was looking at that I was thinking about ordering myself, which comes in all different sorts of sizes, different frames, or frameless. That would be nice to get a framed canvas. I like that one. But yeah. It was between that one and the one that I just showed. And so yeah, good choice, Mom. She thinks that she's terrible at buying gifts and whatever, but I've been happy with everything that I've gotten. So I don't know what her problem is. But she's all like, give me some different ideas. I'm tired of buying, Viking stuff or whatever. Like, I'm not tired of getting it. I love that sort of stuff. And I love Spider-Man stuff. Like, stupid Spider-Man stuff, too. Especially, like, because the stupid Spider-Man stuff is the stuff that I'm not going to necessarily buy myself. Like, I want to buy, like, the nicer Spider-Man stuff. So, like, I'm buying, like, the nice action figures, I don't know. But sometimes I buy myself some different stupid stuff, too, just for the hell of it, because it's Spider-Man. Like, I have a weird, like, Spider-Man collection of just Spider-Man stuff. And the most recent thing I bought myself was a deck of Spider-Man playing cards. And it's like, I really have no need for a deck of playing cards, but I bought them anyway because they're Spider-Man. Nathan Hovey is here, driving down the highway from the first club meeting. Gonna get some fishes. I tell you, people, it's a long way to the top. I don't know. I can't come up with it off the top of my head like that. I'm not as good as I used to be. I used to be coming up with those different lines all the time. Ugh. So I'm not sure if anybody here in the fish fan community, if any of you guys are New Year's resolution people. I am not a resolution person. I'm not a holiday person. I don't really believe in scheduled gift giving and whatever else sort of, stuff like that. But I gotta say, this is like the first year in my life where like a new year actually feels like a new year, and I want to go back already because so Sunday night on New Year's, I went to the place where I normally go to do karaoke because they normally do it on Sundays. And here I am thinking, Sunday night, New Year's Eve, what better time to have, karaoke? And so I go there thinking they're most definitely going to have a full on like karaoke party thing going. And there was definitely not any karaoke at the bar that night. There was like old bands getting set up and stuff. And I'm just like, I would go up to the bartender. I'm like, what? No karaoke tonight? She's like, no. I'm like, oh man, well, I might hang out. I'm not sure. And I just kind of looked around. And I'm like, yeah, no, because I don't hang out in a bar for like other things like that. I just go out for karaoke because I like to do karaoke, and it's at a bar, and I'm gonna drink while I'm at the bar. But if there's no karaoke, I got no reason to really be hanging out at the bar because there's nobody else there that I know or anything like that. So I didn't feel like going up and talking to a bunch of random people all night. So I ended up just going home and buying a 6-pack of, Mike's Hard Lemonade, because they have like a wild berry variety. And what's funny is I was going to, hang out and just drink the 6-pack myself and just, have fun myself at my house. But I ended up just kind of getting in on Starfield and then just kind of laying back on the couch and just kind of falling asleep after having the long day, kind of hanging out with my family and doing Christmas and playing some games and stuff like that. So I didn't even end up actually cracking open any of those Mike's Hard Lemonades. And so because I was still like finishing my coffee from earlier and stuff. And so that's what's funny is like I was literally drinking coffee and I still passed out on the couch. And that's what I mean. Caffeine doesn't affect me the way that it does anybody else. If I'm tired, I'm tired. Sometimes I have issues sleeping, but it's not related to the caffeine. It's related to other things. But E-Type, this is the way. I found something. This is the way. All I'm thinking of is the Mandalorian when I see This Is the Way. You should research a singer here. He calls himself E-Type after the card, the Jaguar. He is a total freak when it comes to Viking history. His dad was a presenter for a History Channel. Oh, like okay. Like you're talking about like the television guy that was like doing the talking and stuff, and this is what's going on in this neck of the woods with history and like, all that sort of thing. Like what I guess Dan Aykroyd is doing now on this television show called Unbelievable or something like that. TV guy, yeah. I guess they call that the television host or narrator. Oh, it's a narrator if you never really see their face, and it's more like a documentary, like what Morgan Freeman does, and David Attenborough. That's like a narrator when they're never really seeing their face, but when they're actually more like presenting stuff, kind of like the host for America's Funniest Home Videos, Like, I think that's more of like your host, because he's like guiding you from video to video. Um, so there's different levels to these television personalities. A mascot, ambassador, mascot, narrator. Yeah, right. Stop for gas, says. Sorry. Got a cat and I heard a weird noise and I don't know what happened, but I didn't hear anything afterwards, so I'm hoping everything's okay. Burka is an old Viking village over here. I bet there are vids on YouTube from there. I believe Burka means Birch Island. Something like that. I don't know. But that's cool. I've heard of Burka. Yep. Some really cool stuff. Apparently, there's they found like old buried like Viking longhouses and stuff off of like not in Maine, but like in Canada, like just above Maine and all that. So that's why there's lots of people that are saying that Leif Erikson and the Vikings. Oh my gosh, Tundra, get out from back there. She crawled her way behind the fish thing. I'm not sure if you guys saw her poke her head out right over here or not. But she was back behind the cabinet and stuff. You guys could probably see her from that angle, but I'm thinking you probably saw her. That's funny though. Oh my god. But yeah, so there's people that say that the Vikings actually discovered America before Christopher Columbus did, and all that. But either way, whenever they discovered it, there's already people here, so it was discovered before then. Gina, you are not allowed to get sick. See? Too bad. It's too late. I found some vids searching Burger and a vid with his dad. Nice. That's funny. There you go. That's pretty funny. Yeah. I guess even in other countries, celebrities kind of tend to have children that kind of go along the celebrity line. Like, I don't know, maybe not. I guess it's, it doesn't happen with everybody, but you either continue the family trade or you find something of your own. Sometimes it's related to the family trade, but not the same. And sometimes it's just completely different. Like, I don't know. But I saw this video today, which I thought was very interesting, and it makes total sense. That I don't remember the date or whatever that they gave, or the time period per se, but there was a long period of history where people didn't have surnames or last names or anything like that. It was And then when those started coming around, it was just the rich people that were keeping track of like last name and stuff like that, because it was a way to show that, you know, their family is continuing to be rich and powerful, and that they're related to more rich and powerful people. um, you know, the poor people didn't necessarily even need to have a surname or whatever, you know. And if there was more than one John, it was just like, you know, John, which is James's son, or you know, John from Belridge or whatever, you know. And so there was that's the way they did it. But all of a sudden, like, it was when I think they said it was like during, no, it wasn't like the Industrial Revolution or whatever. It was way before that people started having surnames. But yeah, it was when people started like traveling more and things like that, that all of a sudden like surnames were around, because, you know, when you had like your family trade, you know, if you were the Smiths, you know, the blacksmiths or whatever, like, everybody, if your last name was Smith, you knew you were the Smiths. And like, my last name is Weshy, and it comes from the German word Wascha, meaning to wash. And so like my name more or less just means like clean and stuff. But yeah, like some people's last names are literally just the father's name plus son. Jameson, Jameson, Johnson, stuff like that. And they even do that in other countries and stuff like that too. I think, what is it? Iceland are famous for their names. Magnus Magnusson, Frida's daughter. Yep. Same first and second names, not as common here in Sweden. You know, it's interesting. Those are the names that I find very interesting. Are the cultures that name themselves twice, like the same name. Like, there was this like African guy on Family Feud, and his name was like Ubu, and his last name was Ubu, and his father's name was Ubu, and his father's last name was Ubu. So he's Ubu Ubu. And what's even more interesting is because he's African American, he has a middle name as well, because in America we tend to have a middle name. So you'll never guess what his middle name is either. It's Ubu. So his name is Ubu Ubu Ubu. Ubu Ubu Ubu. Spelled exactly like that. Like, how correct? I'm not trying to judge or whatever, you know, but like, that's just so strange to me from the way that I was raised. And I wish I kind of understood that culture. Like, does that name mean like, does Ubu mean something like I don't know, like power? And so you want to make it like very powerful, so you're like, power, power, power. Like, or yeah, that's what happens when you ask a baby for his name. Ubu, ubu, ubu. Yeah, right. Um, yeah, I don't know. There's just some weird things, and I say weird just because I don't understand it. I'm sure to them, my name is weird. And honestly, my name is kind of weird. Like I said, my last name comes from the German word Vasha, which I don't know the way to type it here on a with. Oh, here we go. Copy. There we go. It's not that. It's with. There we go. With the umlaut. I had to copy and paste because I don't know all the alt codes and stuff on my computer. And on my phone, all you have to do is hold down the button to get that. But Vasha is the German word for like wash or to clean or laundry. It's kind of like a universal word for clean. So you will see it posted on like bathrooms or where you need to remember to wash your hands. We'll see those signs here in the United States, like all employees are required to wash their hands. Well, that's what you see in Germany. All employees are required to wash their hands. I don't know how to say all that in German, but you'll see it on the bathroom. You'll see it on the laundry. You'll see it anywhere where there's like a cleaning service. And so I guess all the way back when my family was picking their surname and they changed it from whatever it was that I can't remember off the top of my head now. It started with a B. But when my family was getting ready to leave Germany and stuff, they like changed their surname. And Erickson, Anderson, Nilsson. The first name vary from generation to generation, but you get your second first name from your father or mother. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the Icelandic Viking Norwegian, like that's that tradition is your last name comes from your father or your mother. And I find that very intriguing and interesting because I mean that is how you track your lineage and how you show who you are and where you've come from. And what is very interesting about all the different cultures and stuff, like how they want to track it based off of where they've come from. So you had Eric the Red, was his name, and I cannot remember what his last name was, but his son, he named him Leaf or Life, or I don't know, depends on how you want to pronounce it, but Leaf. And so since he was the son of Eric the Red, he was Leif Erikson. And so, yeah, makes sense. And then, so that's pretty much where surnames in general come from, is it's either from your parents or it's from your occupation. And my last name came from occupation, I guess. I'm not 100% sure what we were in the past. Sounds like we were close to slaves or something, or at least indentured servants. But yeah. Oh, do you know where your last name comes from? That's an interesting thing to think about. We have a TV show called Alt for Sverige. Sverige. A show where Americans search their past. Here, it's very so wait a minute, you don't say Sweden? You call it something else? Sverige? Or Sverige? Uh, yeah, the family lineage and stuff. Yeah, it's just, huh? I'm hung up on that a little bit. Not like terribly, because I mean it's like okay, so Sverige, or is it Iga? Sverige, Sverige. Huh. Either way, I'm not sure. Um, but that's interesting because okay, like okay, here in the United States, we say we are American, even though like technically Canadians are also American, and Mexicans are also American, and Brazilians are also American, and anybody who's from North or South America is American. But for some reason, us here in the United States, we think that we can claim that term like we are the actual Americans. And even the rest of the world now addresses the United States as America. But, like, we're technically the United States of America. Um, yeah. Sve is a female name. Svesrike. Sveski. That's how it is for most countries. Well, yeah. Like how proper names are supposed to be. That's how it is for most countries. Yeah. Mother Svea, the old generations call our land. That's so cool. I see, I like that. And there's like the traditional name. There's the country, like universal name. Um, that's so interesting. Um, because like I know there's like this whole debate or whatever about how India like wants to change their name. They don't want to be officially called India. They want to go by their traditional cultural name, which is what is it? Bharat, I think. Or I think ba Bharat. I think that's how it is. Bharat. Yeah. Deutschland is Germany. Yeah, most people know that. Mexico is supposed to be pronounced Mexico. Hola, in Mexico. Yeah. So like Now I want to know who's deciding like what these countries go by. Is it only called Sweden in English? Like so whenever you're speaking to English speaking countries, it's Sweden? Or like is it recognized by sorry, my hair is annoying the hell out of me. There we go. Denmark, Danesland, Markland, Finland, Finsland. Yep. Yeah, I know about some of those. But okay, so like, yeah, is it only because I'm an English speaking person that everything that on the map is the names that I see? Japan is Nihon. See now, I knew Spain was España. But proper names are just kind of funny to me because you will hear people speaking, their native tongue, and you can't understand any of it. And then all of a sudden, right in the middle, I don't want to make fun of anybody, but it's like, I don't know, they'll be like, McDonald's, and it's like, okay, well, I understand they're talking about McDonald's. Casual aquatics. Nerd talk. I truly miss fishy streams. I don't even stream my channel anymore. What's up, casual? Only called Sverige in Swedish, Norwegian, and Danish, I believe. Interesting. But I know, even though it may not specifically be Iceland, I think it was like Iceland or something close, like a literal transliteration that is like close or whatever. But I know like the Vikings literally called it Iceland and Greenland specifically because the first one was called Greenland because the first one that they discovered was Iceland, and I'm not 100% sure why they called it Iceland, but that's just what they called it. But the second one, which was discovered by Eric the Red when he was kicked out of Iceland, he called it Greenland, even though it was full of ice, because he was trying to make everybody else jealous. And that, look at all this gigantic green farmland that I have. Denmark and Norway belonged to Sweden many years ago. Oh, interesting. That's what I mean. Proper nouns aren't supposed to change between languages, but country names do. Yeah, see, I didn't know that. I knew it was like that sometimes. I didn't know that it was like that pretty much all the time. What's in the tank behind me? There's a couple swordtail babies in there, and possibly a golden calico algae eater, like the Chinese algae. I gotta look up what that species name is. What is that? Algae eater. It's called a Garana. Gyrinochilus imanari. Yeah, yeah. Uh, um, this. Gyrinochilus imanari. One of those Chinese algae eaters. It's like the golden albino one, but it's got like black calico markings on it. But I honestly have no idea if he's still in there. Other than the very first day that I put him in the tank, I haven't seen him since. Because there's so many places that he could be. So I don't know. But right over here, you can actually there's a little bit of movement you can see right above my finger. There's a couple little sword tails in there, but they're wild type sword tails. Zephyphorus marleri, I believe. No. Oh, dang it. I cannot remember. Was it Helleri? Yeah. I think that's what. Yeah. Zephyphorus Helleri. That's what I got those from Rusty Weshel's fish room from the Triple Crown 2 years ago. The mom and the dad are both gone now, but the babies are still growing out. So, question: if you got a free, okay, I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this the exact same way you typed it out because I just want to now since you've had multiple typos. I had a verbal typo. Anyway, so question: if you got a free brand new 20 long bit, one side was cracked pretty good. Would you replace the glass or just add a piece over it and silicone the shit out of it? Question. Well, you definitely don't want to silicone it because that's just not going to do anything. Because it's the pressure of the water outward that is going to cause it to break. And yeah, I would buy a new tank. Yeah. If it was free and it was brand new, yeah, I would either replace the glass or take the glass out completely and use the rest of the 20 long glass to do something else. Like make a sump. As I sit here and look at my non-sump. My paloderm had a crack down the center of the bottom and I patched it. I guess it really just depends on how bad the crack is and stuff. But either way, eventually you're going to have to replace that panel of glass. So it's like, do you patch it and get a couple years out of it? Or do you replace it and get a decade or more out of it? I don't know. Because, I mean, you can also replace it right away and then crack it all or break it, or you can break the entire tank more by just trying to replace that one panel of glass. Because that's the issue that I've been working on, trying to take this 10-gallon apart to use the extra glass pieces to make a 20 long sump. Which I'm just show you guys the stuff down there, yeah. But yeah, it's just I don't know, man. I can't get anything between those panels of glass to cut that silicone. So what I really need to do is get like a heat gun or something, maybe. And that might help like get the silicone more flexible or something. I don't know. But I really need to get this sump finished so that I can get my tank out of my living room going, so that I can finally get this saltwater reef and eventually get the cuttlefish and all that stuff too. Because I've been sitting on this for a while and I can't just keep looking at it and just complaining about how hard it is. I need to do something about it. Or spend the money on a sump. Because I did have my credit card limit get raised. I can afford to order a sump online now. Well, afford. But I shouldn't do that. I should not just buy things that I technically can't actually afford. I'd use it for something else or sell it for a reptile tank. Yeah. Either way, no cracks in this room. Yeah, that's definitely an idea. Use it, just the cracked panel, cover it up with different stuff or whatever, and use the tank for like reptiles or whatever else instead of trying to use it to hold water. Yeah. Baits and genetics builds tanks all the time. Yeah. I don't know. It's up to you. But yeah, I need to get this sump finished. Honestly, shoot. I wonder if Marine Solutions still has that piece for the sump that I never ended up buying. He probably still does. I can't just ask Gina. Hey, Gina, do they still have it out there? She doesn't work there anymore. They might have sold it. Probably not. Because they ordered it for me. It's kind of a specific sort of piece for somebody wanting to build a custom sump. So yeah, he probably still has it. I need to go out there and just buy it. Because once I buy that, then it's just like, then I have to do more, right? I can ask my old co-workers. So that, yeah. You could, but you don't necessarily have to. They probably still have it out there. And like I said, if they don't, I can just order it myself from the bulk reef supply website, because that's all you did. And all it was doing was, I think, saving me a little bit on shipping. So yeah, if they don't have it, I'll just order it myself. But make a some easy. No, it is really easy, Fish Tropic Canada. The problem is I'm trying to make it more complicated than it really needs to be. I have a 20-gallon long. That's really all I need to make the sump. I just need the spot with the filter sock to have the water come through and go through the thing, fill it up with crap, and have it go back up. That's really all I need. But I personally want to make it more complicated than it really needs to be. I want to add sections. So I've been trying to take apart a 10-gallon tank and taking the plastic rim off. And all that was super easy, but this is what I've ended up with. I trying to get the front panel off, which is the one that they say to start with. Well, actually, they say friggin' after I started working on this, I looked up a video and friggin' it was the king of DIY actually said to start with the bottom panel, because he said that's the easiest to get off, but I can't get anything to cut that silicone between the glass panels. Nothing will fit in between there. I bought a scalpel, like a surgical scalpel. The only thing I can think of that might work is one of those like styrofoam cutter things where it's like a hot, super thin wire or something. But I don't even think that'll fit in between there. But I do think heat is something that I probably need to get involved with if I want to get that apart. Is like getting a heat gun or something. Boots cats. What's up? But oh my goodness, these YouTube videos make taking apart a tank look so much easier than it actually is. And I don't know how they get these things apart. I cannot get anything in there. I bought a scalpel. And I still can't get it in between those glass panels to cut that silicone. Can you use a solvent? That's probably something I need to get. I need to get some sort of like hardcore chemicals and just douse the whole fucking thing. Cement bonding. Glass cement. I don't need the cement. I need the anti-cement. I need silicone liquefier. What's the anti-silicone? Anti-silicone. No, not silicone additives. That I don't want something to add to it to get rid of the remove silicone adhesive. Mineral spirits paint thinner will soften silicone caulk. Use that with your scraping tools as mentioned and demort. WD-40 is very good at removing silicone sealant, but make sure you completely remove it from the surface before applying any new silicone sealant, as they can react. Bit of heat with a hot air gun soften the material so you can peel it up. Even the strongest heat. Exactly. See, that's what I was. Yeah. So heat and paint thinner. Why not just? I'm just gonna douse it in paint thinner and then light the whole thing on fire. That'll work. We will dip it in a vat of acid. Yep. Exactly. Just take the whole thing, cover it in friggin' paint thinner, and then throw a match at it, light the whole thing on fire, have it burst into flames. Make sure I do it outside. That is key. Make sure I do it outside. And then hopefully, after that, the tank will just fall apart right in the grass. Nothing will break. It'll be beautiful. I'm going to try it. And I'm going to film it. Record it if you do. Yep. Minoski fish koto without the fish koto. Blow dryer to peel away. Yep, exactly. Blow. See, I don't have a blow dryer. This beautiful hair, no. But I need like one of those like heat guns or something like that for sure. Sniffing thinner has destroyed a lot of lives. Yep. But you know what? Thick thighs have saved a lot of lives. Put your head in a freshly sealed fish tank. Where is Patty? I don't know. Subject to glass to heat, and you should get to crack real well. Well, yeah, the glass is more likely to crack under that heat, but the glass is also more likely to crack if I don't put any heat on it and I just start pulling it apart because I'm angry. Because that's, like, seriously, I've been sitting at there, like, looking at this thing for, like, 8-9 months now. How I was just like, I can't do it, man. I can't figure anything out. I can't get it apart. I can't put a knife in there. Nothing works. I'm tired of complaining how I can't do it. I need to come up with a solution. And yeah, Happy New Year. If you fail, just Hulk smash it. Yeah. It's not like I don't have another 10-gallon lying around that I can take apart if I do just Hulk smash it. But yeah, I'm making this up more difficult than it needs to be, and I want to add glass sections in it so the water has to go down and then up and then down and then up so that it goes through like sponge and then like biomedia and then have another section where there's the um, UV sterilizer. And then the last section would be like just where the heater is, maybe some more biomedia as well, and then on its way. Um, it's not necessary for a sump. When it really comes down to it, like just having the filter sock on the one end, having the sump full of a whole bunch of biomedia, and having a heater in there with the pump, the return pump, that's really all I need. But, like, I'm trying to take care of cephalopods, and I'm trying to do a full-blown, like, reef, and I'm trying to make it as easy on myself maintenance-wise as possible by making the setup of the tank and everything going into it more complicated. You know, um, I'm trying to just overhaul the filtering like crazy. I'm going to get really, really good lights for it. I'm going to try my best to have an actual like weekly regimen of doing, like a small water change every single week versus, what I do with all my other tanks of just doing like a big water change once a year or something like that. So it's like my freshwater tanks have always been about being as easy as possible. And this saltwater tank, I want to make it as easy to take care of as possible as well by going high tech with it, you know? Um, It's not like you have a friend who works at Petco and get their employee discount on top of the tanks. Well, yeah, I was talking about, the floss cutting, a hot wire, something like that. But having like actual dental floss, no, I haven't tried that. But if I can't even shove a surgical scalpel in there without just chipping the glass away, I highly doubt I'll be able to get dental floss in there without just like ripping it and tearing the dental floss in half. I'm not saying that I shouldn't try it, that it's just a complete waste of time, but I don't see it actually working unless it was like a super hot, ultra thin wire, that was like had super strong tensile strength, which is like impossible all at the same time. I need an impossible cutting tool. Yep. Ultra thin wire that's super strong when it's hot. That just defies all laws of physics. Do you need a couple panels out of that 10 gallon? Like if you break one side, would you still have what you need? Yes, more or less. That's why it's not too bad. It's not that big of a deal that I've already broke the front panel. If I have the two sides and the back, that's really like all I think I need. Because I think the sides, even though they're not wide enough, I think if I flip the tank on its side, I think it's tall enough to actually be, to go all the way across the 20-gallon tank. So, I think I would, let's see, the first section, so 1, 2, 3. I want at least 3 panels of glass to go from the front to the back. And they don't necessarily have to be the entire height of the tank. They only need to be like 2/3 of the height. One to go up and one to go down, stuff like that. So, yeah, I could break more of the tank in theory and still be okay. I'm just trying to not do that because I also want extra panels of glass because I've never cut glass before. So I wanted a couple extra pieces of glass to like practice cutting before I actually did it, or in case I mess up on that cut, I have an extra panel of glass that I can attempt cutting just in case. I need a laser. I I need laser sharks. You need a really good glass cutter. I have a good glass cutter, other than one of those freaking laser things or whatever. But I have a glass cutter that I bought. Um, it's like the same one that Serpa Design uses and all that stuff. Yeah, I think I just need to stop trying to do this the natural way and start getting at it with the heavy chemicals. So let's buy some friggin' paint thinner and then get like a heat gun, and that should be what I need. And then from then on, I can cut these panels of glass, and I already have the silicone that I need and stuff like that. And then just start putting the panels in and just kind of stagger them. The first panel will be, down so that the water has to go up and over, and then the second panel will be up so that the water goes under that through the sponge and then down and then back up and then over the next panel of glass. Fill a plastic tub with an inch or two of mineral spirits, set the tank in and let it soak for a while. Yeah, like to get the bottom panel off first, and then basically just do that section by section, since I don't want to spend like, $500 to get 30 gallons of paint thinner to actually submerge the entire thing or whatever, Uh, yeah, that's not a bad idea. Mineral spirits. As a non-English speaking European, I totally messed up your comment. Sitting back, watching Fry, having a beer. Just fill your bath with paint thinner. What can go wrong? Oh my god. What was. Oh yeah, it was Breaking Bad, right? Where he was. So they had already. They'd already used chemicals, a certain different types of acid or whatever to melt a body, that they had, killed. And they did it in a big plastic trash can, the acid tub, because it won't, because that acid, though it will completely dissolve a human body, it will not dissolve certain types of plastics. But it will completely dissolve the porcelain and all that stuff of like your bathtub and all of that. So like a later episode, Walt told Jesse to dissolve another body in the acid and all that, and he tried to do it in a bathtub on the second floor, and it completely ate through the bathtub and went through onto the main floor, and like the half dissolved body like fell onto the floor in the middle of like the living room and all that. And yeah, don't do that. Flaming bathtubs. Letting it go down the drain would be dangerous too. Yeah. Better just set the paint thinner on fire to remove it after, right? That's one way to heat the house. Yeah. The new band name, Flaming Bathtubs. Yeah. Nice. Oh man. Yeah. Well, I haven't seen too many of the Christmas winners in here. I've seen a few of you guys, but we're still waiting to get those pictures of your fish tank ornament, your little Christmas fish tank ornament in your fish tanks or whatever. Please send us pictures either to glassboxhero@gmail.com or genasreef@gmail.com, or if you're friends with us on Discord, which I know some of you are already, like, you can just send it to us on Discord too. But I have a couple pictures and I want to get more. I believe I have Skull Aquatics and I have Stephen P., which I didn't see either of them tonight, or Patty. I wonder where these people are at. But yes, please, I want pictures of your Christmas fish tank ornament in your fish tank or whatever else you do with it, because I want to make like a little video collage. I want to share it with everybody else, show all that stuff. And what am I doing tomorrow and this week? Normal life. Pretty much normal life. Tomorrow, gonna wake up. Oh! Super exciting. So I know I've been telling you guys about this game, City of Heroes, right? Well, it's more or less been an illegal game for like 10 years, if not more. NCSoft has never sold it, but there's been people that have been running it on an illegal hidden server for a decade now. And you can get access to the server, but it's free to play, and there's been updates on it and all these different things, but there's a lot of things that they haven't been able to do because it's not officially licensed. And like I said, technically what they were doing was illegal. I've been playing an illegal game for a while. But just recently, NCSoft, I think, officially sold it or something or whatever, and the game is going to be officially licensed here soon. So, I'm going to present this because this is really exciting because I love this game, and it's a massive multiplayer online superhero game where you can create your own superhero, create your own costume, all these different things. So it's launched in April 2004 and lasted just over 8 years. In the time it went a dedicated community of players who, even after the game died, kept playing the MMO via private servers that existed in a weird legal gray area. But now the developers behind City of Heroes have given one private server the official thumbs up to keep on keeping on. In 2012, it was officially shut down. A lot of people were upset and sad about it, but not everyone stopped playing. In 2019, it became public that a secret, unofficial private server running the game had existed in the years since the game's death. That's probably around the time that I personally started playing, right around then. Maybe a little bit before then. But following a meltdown of the game's community, the folks running that server eventually released the game's code online, and some other private servers popped up. But there was always a fear, hence the first private server being kept secret for so long that developer NCSoft would one day show up and put a stop to all this, since the company owned the original code and IP address. But on January 4th, the developers behind the unofficial fan-run Project Homecoming announced that NCSoft had no plans to kill the most popular City of Heroes private server. Instead, the company did something surprising and provided the developers with an official license to maintain a City of Heroes server. So, yeah, lots of updates and things are going to be coming in the future. It's super exciting, and it's just such a fun game. The graphics and stuff are a little dated, but hopefully now that they have an official license, they can do even more updates to things like that. So what are you in for? Playing a computer game. Yeah. But, I mean, now that it has the official license, like, it's what's interesting is, like, I've been playing this game for so long. Like, earlier than 2019. I think I started playing this game in, like, 2015 or something like that. And we all know how Google and phones and all these stuff work. They listen to us all the time. The microphone and all this stuff is never turned off. That's why you can't remove your battery on phones anymore, because even when you turn your phone off, it's never actually 100% off. It's always listening to you so that it can update ads and things like that for yourself and whatever else and whatever other bullshit they want to tell you. But no matter what, your phone's always listening. And so you would think that playing City of Heroes for so long, that I would have some sort of like advertisements, ads, forums, articles, different things that would pop up for it, the same way I have bullshit about watches popping up because I bought a watch. I did one little search for watches, bought a watch, and then I've been attacked by watches ever since. But I've been playing a game for so long, and it's not until January 5th, the day after that the NCSoft has officially granted a license to the private server, that all of a sudden I start seeing articles and things about City of Heroes. It's like it was truly hidden away. Like you had to be like hardcore looking for stuff in order to find it. It's not going to find you. And all of a sudden it's just like there, bam, there's an article about City of Heroes getting its official license. And it's so nice to see that stuff because it's such a fun game. And I definitely think you guys should check it out now that it's also getting its official license. You can play it with friends, which that's the best way to do it. It's fun to make all these different sort of superheroes and get creative with costumes and pick all these different sort of power sets and level people up to high levels. And there's incarnate abilities where you just turn yourself into a god, more or less, and all these different things you can do. And I don't know, there's no like voiceovers or anything. It's just like cutscenes with like pop up like comic book chat stuff and things too. So, if you like doing character voices like I do, you can have fun making your own character voices and doing the voiceovers of yourself. Does anyone know how Brendan is doing? No, we don't know, and we don't really care. Algorithms aren't exactly helping all the time, like some say. Not gonna lie. No, algorithms are not designed to help you or to design for your benefit. They're designed to force feed you specific things that they want you to see. It doesn't matter how many videos you like. It doesn't matter how many times you watch, certain things. If they don't want to advertise it to you, they're not going to you. And if they want you to watch it, they're gonna get you to watch it somehow or another. I have absolutely no interest in watching a 7-year-old girl do a stupid TikTok dance in a velociraptor mask. But for some reason, these things keep popping up in my YouTube. No matter how many times I say I'm not interested, no matter how many times I say do not recommend channel, no matter how many times I block certain ads and things like that, these things still just pop up. There's no way to get rid of this shit. 100%. Yeah. Okay. George, I'm not sure if you know or not, but it's kind of a long story, and I'm not really going to get into it. There's some old live streams and stuff that we've gotten into the thing about Brendan, but I just don't feel like getting into it. When it really comes down to it, I have no idea what's going on with the guy, and I don't care. And I feel like most of the people in the live stream that at least do kind of know about the situation or whatever don't really care. But more or less, a lot of the animals and stuff that he was saying that were like his were not his. They were like client animals and animals at like a different job and stuff like that. And he was claiming them as his own and different stuff and whatever else. So, yeah. Basically, his entire YouTube personality was a facade. We got you, so that's all that matters. Yeah. And you got the real me, too. I don't lie about anything. Like, I don't even have that many fish anymore because it just some have died, and I just haven't replaced them. I learned this today. News to me over here. Well, yeah. That's kind of why he disappeared all of a sudden. Gina knows more of the details, but I doubt she wants to talk about it at all. But if, you can always reach out to her if you want to know. But I said, it's up to her if she cares to talk about it or not. But we got just a few minutes left. I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out with me. Because, since Gina wasn't up here and not feeling good, I hope she feels a lot better next week. Now, I'm not sure if Gina's going to decide to stream or not next week. I'm putting that kind of up to her because I won tickets like a month or two ago on KC95 to see John Mulaney, and that's next Saturday at the Fabulous Fox Theater. So I'm going to go next Saturday. I'm going to be laughing my ass off seeing John Mulaney. At least I'm hoping I'm going to be laughing my ass off. Every time I've seen his stand-up specials, I've thought he's been really funny. I just hope he doesn't all of a sudden get I don't know. I hope he doesn't just all of a sudden change his comedy because I've decided to actually go see him now. But yes, I'm going to be seeing John Mulaney next weekend at the Fabulous Fox, so I will not be streaming. I'm not sure if there's going to be a Fisher Friends or not next week. It's going to be up to Gina. If she ends up kind of creating a stream, I'll have it stream on my channel too. But if not, then I will definitely see everybody the following week after that, which is, what's that, the 20th? So I will see you guys then. And I will tell you all about John Mulaney and all the other sorts of fun things that I've did over the past 2 weeks up until then. Yeah. I I did have a pretty exciting week back at work this week too. It was it was the first week back at work since the holidays. So I had some longer days. There are some different hiccups and stuff because somebody else's route wasn't running. So there's one day that I more or less ran 2 routes in one. That was kind of a long day, and I missed a lot of my own personal customers, but getting the other guys' customers helped me get a lot of sales to where I actually got a higher commission bucket this last pay period, this last week. So my next paycheck is going to be looking pretty good too. So I'm pretty excited about that. So this week was long, even though I only worked 4 days this week because I was off on Monday. But hey, I made good money this week, so that's exciting. And, I never thought I'd be in sales, but, here I am. And it's always good to make good sales when you work in sales. But anyway, I got to get out of here. I got stuff to do. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks. And you might see Gina next week, but you should definitely check out Gina. She should be streaming her normal stream on Wednesday night, unless she's still feeling like garbage, which, Gina, I hope you feel better. If you got an ornament, send me a picture. I want your picture. I need your soul. And see you later. Bye-bye. So long. Thanks for the fish. I'm just going to keep rambling. Blah. Yep, just going to keep rambling because I hit the wrong buttons. So, yeah. So long. Thanks for the fish.